BlizzCon is right around the corner, and in this video what we're going to do is discuss the new things coming to Overwatch 2 and look at some speculation, because I think we can pretty confidently work out what they are going to announce. Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. As ever, if you do enjoy the content, then do consider subscribing to the channel and like this video if indeed you do like the video. After watching it, that would be cool. Or just do it now. If you do it now, then you're amazing. Okay, let's break this down. So what is happening at BlizzCon? This is the broadcast schedule. So for November the 3rd, which is of course the first day of BlizzCon, 11 a.m. PDT is the opening ceremony. Now, we do have some information on what that will contain. We'll get onto that in a second. But for now, I just want to focus on this graphic. At 1:30 p.m., World of Warcraft, What's Next? At 2:30 p.m., the Overwatch 2 Deep Dive panel. And then at 3:30, WoW Classic, What's Next? 4:30, Hearthstone, What's Next? And 5:30, Warcraft Rumblings. That is the Arclight Rumble panel, I believe, which is a new mobile game for World of Warcraft. Of course, we're not interested in any mobile crap on this channel. Anyway, November the 4th, so the next day and the final day of BlizzCon, 12 p.m. you get the WoW Deep Dive. At 1:30 p.m. though, you get Overwatch 2 What's Next? And then at 2:30, Diablo 4 Campfire Chat. And at 4:45, Community Night begins. And then at 6:15, I guess there is an Overwatch connection here, the SSERAFIM sort of concert begins. Okay, so that's what's happening at BlizzCon. Also, I just want to check this out. Look at this graphic. This is so weird. Like, I'm looking at Winston. I'm like, what is wrong with Winston here? I don't think he's got a neck. I think they've just like shoved his head on. I don't know. It looks very unsettling. But anyway, that's the BlizzCon graphic for Overwatch 2. This is the floor plan for BlizzCon. Now, usually you can sort of work some things out from this, and this is a bit different from years past, especially with Overwatch 2 where that's concerned. Now, of course, I've been to BlizzCon 3 times, 16, 17, 18, 19. No, I've been 4 times to BlizzCon. So I am quite familiar with the BlizzCon Arena being the place where the Overwatch World Cup took place and all of that jazz. Apart from, I think, in 2016, it wasn't in the arena. But anyway, that's no longer the case. So what we've got here is Hall C and Hall B, which are like slap bang in the middle of the Anaheim Convention Center. Those are the Overwatch areas. Now, there are some little bits of info we can take from this. So in the Overwatch Hall C, they have got Overwatch Ops Center. I'm not sure what that is, but it might be some sort of it could be like a streamer, a content creator thing, I don't know. Overwatch Demo, well, this is good news because it means there's new content. Overwatch Lounge, which is probably just a place to chill out and play casual games of Overwatch. And the HTC Overwatch Experience, which I think HTC, now I'm pretty sure, I think it's just the brand HTC. I think it's the mobile phone manufacturer, HTC. So this is the Vive Mars. This is a Camtrack virtual studio. I think all this is an area where you can hold props like Overwatch weapons and jump in the air, and the cameras will film you from all around, and it kind of makes like a cool sort of animation. I think that's what this is. I don't think it's Overwatch 2 VR, but maybe it is, but I don't think it is. Just Google Vive Mars and you'll kind of see what I mean. But anyway, good news here, there is demo of new content. Now, we do actually know what this new content is, because there is a blog on the Overwatch website, and it breaks down some bits of information which we can piece together. So the opening ceremonies, these start at 11 a.m. PDT, alongside existing announcements from World of Warcraft, Diablo, Hearthstone, and Warcraft Rumble. Overwatch 2 has a few surprises in store, including introducing the new hero. So, confirmation the new hero is going to be a thing. This is most likely what the demo will be. I would be very surprised if the demo is any kind of PvE stuff or anything like that. I think it will just straight up be, do you want to play the new hero? Yes, you can. However, who is this new hero? Well, let me take you to Reddit. So, this is actually in the game right now. For some reason, if you filter by Season 7, you get a bunch of sprays. So you get this one with a certain individual chilling, and then this one with Batiste and his best friend. And in fact, it's called Old Buddies. I think this is just straight up soft confirmation that it is Mauga we're going to get at BlizzCon for the new hero. Of course, the Samoa map has got Mauga's literal house in it with his massive shirt. So yeah, everything's pointing towards Mauga. There is potential. There's like a bait and switch here. I don't know. I mean, I will hand over heart straight up say to you guys, I do not know what the next hero is. I have not seen any media for the next hero. I just presume it's Mauga because everything is pointing in that direction. There's some crazy outside chances as to people going, well, Apex Legends had the whole, I forget the name of the hero. Was it Cade, something like that? But they released a hero and then they killed him, and then there was a different hero that actually came out, which is, I guess, kind of a cool thing to do. But I can't see Blizzard killing Mauga because that don't seem very Blizzard. But yeah, it's probably Mauga, and of course he's a tank hero. We know that because that was confirmed by Aaron Keller ages ago. Yeah, and next up we get the Overwatch World Cup finals. So this is from the quarterfinals into the semi-finals into the final. This all takes place at BlizzCon. Of course, the online qualifiers have already happened. I'll throw up the teams you can see on the screen right now that have made it to the finals. I think if I was to rank the teams based on what I've seen so far, obviously South Korea are probably at the top. China, though, are pretty strong. I'll probably have them as number 2. And then I think it's a bit of a flip-up between the UK, or Great Britain, as we're called here, and Saudi Arabia, I think, are probably quite similar, and then maybe the USA. So, yeah, I mean, there could be upsets, right? Great Britain could go out to Finland in the quarterfinals and stuff like that. I can't see Saudi Arabia losing to Spain in the quarterfinals. So, yeah, I don't know. But World Cup, it's always fun to watch the World Cup. Is kind of a bit sad that I'm not involved in it this year, but after being the GM for the last, like, 4 competitions, it's a very taxing experience. Or what I will say, though, it does look like this year has kind of been a lot less... I don't know how to say this without sounding like an absolute arsehole, but a lot less demanding of staff. I mean, for 2019, we had things like in-location boot camps in London. There was loads of travel involved with that. We had things like BBC interviews, set up Radio 1 interviews. We made a lot of media in the local area. We did really well, to be honest. So, yeah. Anyway, I do hope Great Britain win, because, I mean, I'm British. It's coming home and all of that. There are developer meet and greets happening all weekend long. So they say this: if you're attending BlizzCon in person, you'll be able to meet many of the developers who work behind the scenes on your favorite Overwatch 2 features, heroes, maps, and more. Posters will be available, but you can also bring your favorite collectible or autograph book for them to sign. Now, I will say this from the devs I've met throughout the years. It's always cool to speak to the devs, you know, even if it's a dev that you might think is doing something kind of boring, or, oh, that person's working on some sort of engineering thing that's kind of boring to me. It's always cool to talk to these people, because at the end of the day, they are the people that make the game that we play. So, yeah, I would go and check this out and see what the developers have got to say. It'd probably be a decent time. On November the 3rd, though, at 2:30, we get the new hero deep dive. So, again, we're assuming this is Mauga, and it's a full breakdown of Mauga. But there is a cinematic here. So it says, join the Overwatch 2 developers as they explore the art, the backstory, and abilities of our newest hero, including the premiere of their origin story cinematic. Now, this isn't a animated short. This is one of those sort of 2D animated videos that they put together. Like Iliari had the most recent one where she blows everybody up with the power of the sun. They are cool. I think it's going to take something absolutely amazing to beat Sigma's. Sigma's is an incredible origin story. If you've not seen that, go and watch it. It's literally bonkers. It's so good. And I wish Overwatch went in more of that direction, to be honest, but, you know. So, yeah, deep dive of the new hero. Like I said, we're expecting it to be Mauga. We know it's a tank hero. We know he's a Talon-heavy assault, so we're expecting him to have sort of dual chain guns, heavy armor. Maybe he's got some sort of shield mechanic. Maybe he's got some sort of distance close mechanic, like he can rush forward into combat. Maybe a shoulder barge, something like that. I can't really see him having deployable items. He might have. I don't think so, though. To me, he feels more like I guess like a cross between Reinhardt and Diva. At least that's where I'd kind of put him. Because, you know, you can't have him doing extreme damage at long range. He's a tank. But maybe he's got some sort of speed up mechanic to his chain gun, so he doesn't instantly start firing, but they warm up and then do a lot of damage. So there's a bit of counterplay options there. I don't know. I'm really excited for this. But as I said, guys, I literally don't know anything about Mauga, if he indeed is the hero. So it is kind of refreshing to go into it like this, to be honest. Then we get Overwatch 2 What's Next. This is on November the 4th at 1:30 p.m. in the BlizzCon Arena. Tune in on Saturday as we look forward to what you can expect in Season 8 and beyond. Get a first look at future changes for competitive play and even bigger surprises that we can't wait to reveal. Okay, so Season 8, we're probably going to get a bit of a look at the theme of the season, which of course it is Christmas this season is beginning. So, or rather is in that period. So I expect some sort of festive shenanigans on the go. Of course, we're going to get a new hero, which, again, we believe is Mauga. And, I mean, it literally doesn't take a rocket scientist to see it for whatever it's Mauga. So, unless this is, like I said, the biggest debate in history for Overwatch, anyway. And maybe a little bit of a sneak peek as to what's coming in the future. Potentially, we see some stuff on future PvE. But I've got to be honest, I feel like they really are shying away from that. And I'm going to be surprised, you know what, guys, if they do focus on new PvE or new story missions coming. Maybe there'll be a mention of like, oh, it's the Talon pack next time, or we're going to get the, I don't know, the Overwatch pack or the Vishgar pack. Because, of course, we've had the Null Sector PvE pack, was the Invasion Arc. Yeah, we could see some of that. Again, I'm not really too sure. I don't really think we will. I think this whole BlizzCon is just going to be about, hey, it's Mauga. Oh, and by the way, we've got some competitive changes coming, and also maybe we've got a guild system coming. Will probably be my sort of outside sort of shout, or some improved social tools. But anyway, they also then say, get a first look at future changes to competitive play. So let me show you this. This is a tweet from Morgan Madron. I think I've pronounced that correctly. If I haven't, I do apologize. Seriously, Paladin over on X. And he says this: if you're a ranked enjoyer, you do not want to miss Gavin's part of the panel. Now, Morgan is the server engineer. It says in his bio, he's a matchmaking fanatic. So he's obviously involved in matchmaking. I'm a genius for working that out. Gavin Winter, as you can see, he's a systems designer on Overwatch 2. He's a tryhard, lover of crowd control. Yeah, it's probably a bit of a meme. Blizzard, and views are his own. And he says, I'm honored to be one of the speakers at BlizzCon on the What's Next panel, and I'll be signing autographs around 1:15 on Friday. So this is what's coming to competitive. Now, there's obviously a whole host of problems with competitive. Namely, the rewards are not great for competitive. Should there even be rewards? This was the old way of thinking for Overwatch. It was like, look, we don't want to reward you with stuff you can just grind and get in competitive. You should be rewarded through skill, through victories. Your rank goes up when you win. You know, that's what they were looking for. Top 500. How high can you get in the top 500? Can you break out from platinum to diamond, from diamond to master, from master to GM? All these things you can do. Now, in Overwatch 2, the system is kind of, it fails at so many things. In fact, it's almost anti-grind in a lot of ways. It actively makes you not want to play. We have all been there after the rank readjustment. You complete 5 games and your rank goes nowhere. It feels like a complete waste of time. It is a crime to game design, this system is. It needs to go. So I'm hoping they go, you know what, guys? This is going the way of the dodo. And honestly, the only way they can go is straight back to the way it was in Overwatch 1. Let's do rank adjustments after every game, because at least that way, you know, if you lose 3-4 games, oh, well, okay, I expect to go down in rank, yeah? I mean, sometimes you could lose 5 games, win 5 games, and go up a rank. You could lose 6-7 games, win 5 games, go up a rank. It's just weird. It doesn't make any sense. It's not great, and it really needs massive changes. But that's only scratching the top of the iceberg of competitive. It is a redesign to a system that made it arguably, it's not even arguably, it literally made it worse. It made people want to play it less. A massive failing, to be honest, in my eyes. So I'm going to be very tuned into this panel to see what they do. But I think looking at rewards, which, you know, I know I said in the past that they maybe wanted to move away from that, but that's the Overwatch 1 team. The Overwatch 2 team, we've still got golden weapons in the game. The Overwatch 1 team said they wanted to get rid of them. So I would actually like to see a different way of spending the currency that we earn, the competitive points from comp. But like I said, the main issue for me is we need to know what's happening after every game, really. Like, we can go into detail on stomps, we can go into detail on all of that stuff, but I think that's all by the by. Like, the issue is nobody is going to sit there, play 5 games or 6-7 games, win 5 of them, lose 3, and then not go up in rank or even go down in rank. You know, that feels so bad, and it makes you not want to play the game again. It is just terrible design. So hopefully they fix that. And finally, there is the live performance by SSERAFIM. So this is the main musical act of BlizzCon. Of course, it's the K-pop band. And of course, they've got a very expensive collaboration running at the moment with Overwatch. Now, this is kind of interesting, to be honest. When you look at the history of BlizzCon, I think what they basically did is the devs decided to go, oh yeah, we want Metallica, let's just get Metallica, and that was it. Or we want Muse, let's get Muse. Or we want Weird Al Yankovic, let's just get him. You know what I mean? I was there and I didn't even know this was happening. Hodor was literally DJing. I was like, what in the world? That's Hodor. Crazy. But he wasn't even the main. I don't think he was the main one. It might have been. I don't think he was. I think he was just like in the arena. He had a dance set running, just crazy stuff. But like, yeah, this is a live performance. If you're into this, it's probably going to be decent to go to. What I will say, though, from my experience of BlizzCon in the past, is you're normally absolutely knackered by this stage. It's the end of the final day, and you'll probably see a lot of people will just be like, they'll basically be wrecked. They'll just be sitting down. There won't be much energy about. Maybe there will be for this. I don't know. But yeah, you can obviously go and check that out. Okay, there we go. That's BlizzCon. So, I mean, I guess in conclusion, and to sum all of this up, I can't really see any like absolutely incredible things being announced here that are going to shatter the earth. I think when we look at what's happened with Overwatch 2 this year, obviously they've had the whole palaver with their monetization, with the integration of the battle pass, with going free to play, with the honestly the failure of PvE's launch, and then this sort of recommitment after Invasion dropped to, you know, servicing the live game that we play and servicing PvP. Now, there are outside shouts here. You can say, like, maybe there'll be a new game mode. That would be cool to see if there was a new game mode. I would like it if they added game modes faster. But I think historically, Blizzard have been quite slow with game modes. And also, you could argue that we've got a lot of game modes anyway. There might be stuff like, hey, look at Assault. We're going to change it, and this is the new Assault, and we're bringing it back. They could edit Assault maps and turn them into other game mode maps. There's all these kind of things they could do. I think the guild system is probably a decent shout as something coming out of left field. Again, I think I'm quite skeptical as to seeing any kind of like massive animated short that's going to set up the next PvE or some massive PvE announcement. I don't think they'll do that, simply because there will be a PvE month next year, because that's what I think they're going to do with PvE going forward. Like every year you just get a PvE pack which comes out, and that's probably the time they'll make the noise about that. There is maybe the outside chance that we get a slight teaser to the next hero after Mauga. But again, I find that a bit difficult, unless, of course, you know, Mauga just launched at BlizzCon, which he's not going to launch at BlizzCon because we know he's the Season 8 hero. So that's just not going to happen, is it? But I don't know. I'm interested to watch it, but I am a little bit sort of... I'm going in with tempered expectations here. I'm not going in like I always used to go into BlizzCon, like, I can't wait to see what we're going to get. We're all going to get like an amazing animated short to open the show with. Oh, it's going to blow my mind. Then we're going to go into something else and something else. It's going to just be incredible. Maybe we do, and if we do, I'll be very happy that we do. But yeah, I just want you guys to let me know in the comments below, what are you expecting from BlizzCon? What are your like wild expectations, your wild speculation? What do you think is a surefire bet, and what do you think could be a really sort of outside gamble, but would be really cool if it showed up? All right, everybody, thank you for listening. In fact, actually, before I go, Aaron did say about the new or changes to the Battle Pass and to the shop, but I think he said he wanted to talk about those in January next year. Maybe there's a slight teaser as to what those could be. That could be pretty cool. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Thank you for listening and watching the video. As ever, like I said at the top of the video, if you do enjoy the content, do subscribe and like the video. It helps a ton. And yeah, I'll do my best to keep BlizzCon covered as much as I can. It's going to be really... Actually, it's going to be really chilled for me, this is, because I'm getting to cover BlizzCon from home instead of running around BlizzCon with my laptop, jumping into any kind of corner I could find to literally make videos, which was crazy. Okay, everybody, I'll catch you on the next one. See you soon.